Previously on Todd Reacts.
Okay, looks like I'm going to get another high sexism score. Women should worry less about gender equality and more about making me a damn sandwich. I honestly agree with this. That's not what the question was.
And now for the conclusion.
All right, so now we have two more tests. This one is called an impurity test. In academic psychology, there are many ways to conceptualize impurity as a personal tendency and personality trait. This test uses a composite model wherein impurity is measured in relation to a person's attitude to alcohol, drugs, sex, pathogens, and general morality. Research has shown that people differ widely in their attitudes to these factors. In the social dynamic of human interactions, impurity should not only be understood as a negative, but may also signal a relaxed attitude to life, adventurousness, openness, and being at ease with risk. Okay, what did it say? In the social dynamic of human interactions, impurity, yes, impurity should not only be understood as negative, but may also, okay, yes, that makes sense. What is your level of purity? So how I feel, I'm probably quite pure, because I've talked about various things. So I think I'm fairly pure. I'm a prude. I don't do any of these things. So I expect to score pretty low because this is an impurity test. So I expect to score really low. Hopefully much lower than my sexism test. All right, so I try to minimize bodily contact with doorknobs, seats, and faucets in public restrooms. You betcha. Yep. 100%. I tell people lies or mislead them if it gets me what I want. No, I don't lie. Come on. Lying is for teenagers. No, you have to outgrow that eventually. Taking something without the owner's permission is okay as long as you're only borrowing it. Yeah, right. No. Yeah, I'm just going to borrow your car. Sorry I didn't let you know, but I brought it back. It's kind of funny. Actually, I borrowed my parents' car multiple times when I was very young, and it was really stupid. Luckily, nothing bad happened. Don't do that, kids. That was really dumb. But yeah, as I mentioned in previous videos, I was a shithead, dumbass, idiot teenager. So I did a lot of stupid stuff back then. But yeah, taking something without the owner's permission is not okay. People who don't take drugs are generally boring. Okay, so I feel like the way this is worded probably... wait a minute. People who don't take drugs are generally boring. So if I'm someone who takes drugs, I would hit agree. Yeah, because they're boring. However, I don't think boring is a bad thing. I'm an extremely boring person. And I would agree with this sentence. People who don't take drugs probably are boring. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being boring. Honestly, I'm going to have to agree. People who don't take drugs are generally boring. Probably? Okay, I'll just go here. I tried to cut back on my alcohol consumption, but find it difficult to do so. I don't drink, so I don't find it difficult at all because I don't have any. I am freaked out by the sight of rats, roaches, spiders, etc. Yes, there's a fly flying on my monitor. I fucking hate it. It's on its last gasp before winter. All right. Taking drugs with friends is a fun and social activity that brings us closer together. I used to feel that way when I was younger, but now I'm all grown up and I don't feel that way anymore. So I'm going to say no. Well, probably still is a fun and social activity that brings us. But no, I don't do drugs anymore. So I would feel disgusted to see someone put ketchup on vanilla ice cream and eat it. Ugh. Disgusting. That's as disgusting as gay sex. That's a callback to one of my previous videos. I would feel disgusted to see someone put ketchup. Yeah, that's very gross. I don't wash my hands every time I use the bathroom. Okay, well, it depends on what I do in there. Because sometimes I don't. If I just like, you know what? You know the number one, number two thing? I didn't even know what that meant until like a year ago. That is just something that I was never even conscious of my entire life. And that was probably invented a long ass time ago. So number one is just like urination, right? Like I don't always wash my hands after that. I'm clean. Should I have said that on video? I don't know. I don't wash my hands every time I use the bathroom. I agree with that. Okay. So wait a minute. So that probably means I'm impure. Oh shit. I raised my impurity score. Damn it. Damn it. That's going to be the one thing that knocks my impurity score up, I bet. Being ethical is more important than getting ahead in the world. Yes. 100%. Definitely. Because if your only goal is to get ahead, then you might be using deception and whatnot. And you shouldn't be doing that. You should be ethical. I wouldn't mind tasting an acquaintance's meal or drink they had eaten or drank from. No, that's gross. That's gross. Ugh. No. That's disgusting. That is impure. Sex without love is meaningless. Didn't we have this question in one of the previous tests? Sex without love. So now how should I answer? Last time I said disagree all the way. Sex without love. Oh, wait a minute. Sex without love is meaningless. Okay, I'm going to have to say disagree. I can't figure out which way I want to go because, yeah, it is meaningless because there's no love. However, you're still having sex, which, yeah, I don't understand. Sex without love. Sex as a simple exchange of favors is okay if both people agree to it. Yeah, I agreed with that in the previous test, and I still agree with it. If both people are fine with it, then who cares, right? My consumption of alcohol causes problems in my relationships. I do not consume alcohol, so nerp. I often drink more alcohol than I intended to or more than is healthy for me. I do not drink. It is hard for me to picture a truly exciting or interesting person who never uses drugs. No, some people who don't use drugs are, I feel like a lot of people who don't use drugs are interesting or exciting. So it's not hard for me to picture that. Demeaning the other is a good way to heighten one's own sexual pleasure. Once again with the demeaning. No. It is okay to have ongoing sexual relationships with more than one person at a time. Yeah, we've determined that that's not okay in my book. Yeah. I regularly experience negative consequences from drinking alcohol, such as hangovers, blackouts, or risky behavior. I don't drink. I told you that multiple times now. People who don't use drugs are missing out. They're not missing out. No. It is possible to enjoy sex with a person and not like that person very much. This was in a previous test. No, it's not. I do not believe in forgiveness or redemption. I believe in getting even. Uh-oh. I think my impurity score is going back up because I agree with this. Wait a minute. I do not believe in forgiveness or redemption. I believe in getting even. Well, it depends on if they apologize or not, and if they redeem themselves. No, I do believe in forgiveness or redemption. But I also do believe in getting even. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I do not believe in forgiveness or redemption. But I do believe in those things. I'm going to leave it in the middle. I only obey those laws and rules that seem reasonable to me. We encountered this question already. No, you're supposed to follow the laws and the rules. I often feel guilty or ashamed about the amounts of alcohol I drink, but continue to do it anyway. I don't drink. For the love of God, I do not drink. There's no such thing as a relaxed, net positive drug habit. I would agree with that. As a relaxed, net positive drug habit. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. Let's see how impure I am. Ooh, look at this. Wow. My highest impurity score is in sex? What? Wow, look at this. Look at how fucking boring I am. Drugs, alcohol, zippity. Depravity is just like barely there. Pathogens is not even beyond the first circle. And then sex is the biggest one, which is kind of funny. A relaxed or hedonistic attitude in regard to alcohol. High score indicates more impurity in regard to alcohol. No shit. Drugs. What about pathogens? And a relaxed or hedonistic attitude in regard to pathogens. What the fuck's a pathogen? That doesn't explain anything. Pathogen is an organism. Okay, well, it's obviously not that. An organism that causes diseases. What? Microorganism. Okay, obviously the test wasn't talking about that. Depravity, a relaxed or hedonistic attitude in regard to general morality. Yeah, I knew I would have got a low score on that one. So my best was alcohol. Second best was depravity. Third best was drugs. Pathogens, which we don't know what that is, or at least I don't. And sex was my highest depravity, my highest impurity score. Wow. I think that's because I said it was okay if two people were okay with it, that they could have sex just as a favor to each other or something like that. I am very pure, 17%. I knew that. Yes, I'm a very pure boy. All right. One more test. This is the 3 Disgusts Test, based on the work of Dr. Bunmi. I'm not going to read that. The 3 domains of disgust test measures individual violations in moral, sexual, and pathogen. Once again with the pathogen. Can someone just tell me what a fucking pathogen is? Disgust. What are your disgust sensibilities for each of the following? Okay. Yeah, so this is a similar test to the previous one. 3 disgusts. How disgusted would you be by seeing an old man watch a pornographic video on his phone in a bar? Okay. How disgusted would you be? Often. Well, that doesn't make sense as a question. As an answer to this question. Seeing an old man watch a pornographic video on his phone in a bar. I would be disgusted every single time I saw that, probably. Right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. How disgusted would you be by seeing a rat eating the carcass of a dead pigeon? Yeah, that's gross. That's disgusting, yeah. Gross. Seeing someone cut in line. Well, I don't know if that's really disgusting. in the same sense as being gross, but maybe it's disgusting in a different way. Seen someone cut in line. I think I would react negatively to that for sure. But would I be? No. So we have different layers, different levels of disgust. Seen someone cut in line. I mean, yeah, it's that's just here, I guess. Seen someone intentionally lie during a business transaction. Seen someone intentionally lie during a business. That's pretty gross. Okay, let's do that one. Seen a man steal from his neighbor. Yeah, that would be really gross. Having a threesome. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, to quote Jerry Seinfeld, I'm not an orgy guy. Even if it was two girls. I mean, that would be the only scenario, right? If it was two girls, but I mean, that exists in the fantasy world, but in the real world, there are things that you have to deal with that you don't have to deal with in the fantasy world. Like you have to get weirdo lighting and shag carpeting and whatever else Jerry Seinfeld said. That is a very funny scene, though. How disgusted would you be? Yeah, like, I don't think I could do it. But the fact that it exists in the fantasy part of the brain, I would probably just put it here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Finding out that a man you thought was straight is bisexual. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty gross. This is a callback to 2 days ago where I got a very high homophobia score. Unbeknownst to me at the time. I didn't realize how homophobic I was until I did that test. How disgusted would you be? Yeah. So basically, if I saw a guy kissing a girl, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's a straight guy, regular straight guy, and then I saw him go over to a guy and start kissing him, I would 100% be disgusted by that. I'm just putting that in my brain, that scenario. All right. Seen a woman deceive one of her friends. Okay, well, that seems kind of tame. Seen a woman... I've said I've been in the green for every single one. How disgusted would you be by seeing a woman deceive one of her friends? Yeah, that's pretty gross. Performing oral sex. I've done that before. Not on women. I've done that on women. I'm not disgusted by that at all. I think that's awesome. How would you... Yeah, it says performing, not receiving. How disgusted would you be by performing oral sex? Never. Never. That's what I want. I want to get in there. As opposed to when I was talking about anal sex in one of my previous videos where I was like, who the hell wants to get in there? I don't want to get in there. When it comes to the other side of the crotch, I want to get in there. I want to get all in there. I want to get all up in there. You can tell how sexually active I am by how I'm talking right now. Okay, next. Never. So that doesn't disgust me at all. Seeing a student cheat to get good grades. Yeah, that's definitely bad. But it's not like a rat eating a dead pigeon kind of disgusting. Is it? Or is it? If I saw a student cheat, it would be pretty gross, I guess. I'm going to leave it there. Stepping on dog poop. That's gross, obviously. I would just like put my boot in water, rub it around until it went off, until it fell off. I mean, I do that not often, but probably at least once a year. You know, because as I mentioned earlier, I walk dogs every day. How disgusted would you be? It is kind of disgusting. I'll just put it here. I was thinking if I was just going to leave it in the middle or not. But no, it is gross. So I'll put it 1 up. Accidentally touching. Okay. We almost had a little bit of a typo here. Accidentally, okay, want me to say what I was about to say? Accidentally touching a person's bloody cunt. That's what I was about to say. Now, let's see if it actually said that and I was sexually attracted to the person. I've never done that before. Accidentally touchings. Basically what I'm saying is I've never touched, you know what I'm saying, a girl on her period. I've never gotten in there on her period. I'm just trying to think if it would bother me or not. It would depend on how sexually attracted I was to her. Yeah, that's what would matter. Okay, but let's go for what the question actually says. Accidentally touching a person's bloody cut. Yeah, that's gross. I don't want to touch that. That's disgusting. Yeah, let's go all the way to off. Yeah. Oh my god. What are the chances? Having anal sex. I literally talked about this in one of my previous videos. And I just referenced it like a couple minutes ago. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. So, but I don't know if I'd be all the way up. Because even if I was like really sexually attracted to the girl, I think it'd still be it'd still be okay. But I wouldn't want to go in there. Now I don't know how to answer it. No, I have to go down here. I have to go down here. I'm not going to go all the way. Like best case scenario, I think she's like super hot. I mean, it's got to be somewhat decent, right? These are the hard-hitting questions. It's 1 or 2. Which one is it? I'm a prude, so I have to do the 2. Being asked to forge someone's signature on a legal document. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't do that. No, that would be really disgusting. Standing close to a person who has foul body odor. That's pretty gross. I mean, yeah, that's really gross. Learning that a couple your friends, what? Oh, okay. Okay. Learning that a couple you are friends with loves to have sadomasochistic sex. So I was about to Google this, but do I really want to Google this? Fuck no. I'm going to get a bunch of disgusting links. I also don't have safe search turned on. So wait a minute. Sadomasochistic. So that's like... Is that BDSM sex? Is that the one where there's like cock and ball torture and stuff like that. Learning that a couple you're friends with loves to have sadomasochistic sex. It would depend on how hot they are. If they were really hot and I could sort of picture them, I don't know, that'd be different. Yeah, it depends on how hot they are. That it definitely does. I'll leave it in the middle, okay? No, I think it still would. Even if they were really hot, it still would be. Yeah, it is on the... Yeah, okay. Wait. How disgusted would you... Yeah, I would be disgusted. Seeing a cockroach run across the floor... Yeah, I'd be really disgusted because then it'd be in my house. And I have to try and find it. Yeah. Seeing a teenager steal a candy bar from a... What? I literally talked about this in one of my previous videos. I did this as a teenager. A candy bar. What are the chances? So if I saw a teenager steal a candy bar, yeah, that'd be bad. But I don't think it'd be all the way up here. It would bother me though if I saw it, so... Seen mold on... Oh, yeah, that's disgusting. Mold on leftovers. Actually, I had chicken wings for like 3 lunches in a row. Leftover chicken wings for 3 lunches in a row. They were very good. But normally I have eggs or an egg with some cheese on top of it. And so it had been a while since I... So what I do is I get a brick of cheese. I cut it into like 4 pieces, and I put it in 2 Ziploc bags, and then I shred some cheese each time for lunch. And so since I had been doing the chicken wings 3 days in a row, I hadn't been going into the cheese. And it had been a while since I opened up new cheese. So because every now and then, you know, you leave it in for too long, it starts to go bad, obviously. And so I was wondering today when I was making lunch if today was going to be the day when I had to make new cheese, when I had to put new cheese into new bags. And as soon as I opened it, I just caught a whiff of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, today's the day!" It reeked. So that was my story. Yes, that's bad. Shaking hands with a stranger who has sores on his fingers. I think shaking hands with a stranger in general is disgusting. But who has sores on his fingers? What kind of sores? I remember there was this girl that I went to school with in grade 6 or grade 7, and we were in shop class. So back in the day, we had shop class and home ec class. And shop, we would go to this classroom that had a whole bunch of machinery. Like it had a lathe, it had saws, it had a whole bunch of stuff. And we would make things. It's like a wood shop. And there was metal as well, plastic as well. But those were, I'm assuming they stopped doing those things because maybe some of the students got horribly injured. I don't know. But I remember the one girl that I went to school with, she had some sort of problem with her hands. She had sores all over her hands. I don't know. I don't remember what they were, but I thought she was cute. I thought she was cute, and then I learned about her hands, but I still thought she was cute. So the hand thing didn't bother me. I forget what her name was. But this is his fingers, not her fingers. Shaking hands with a stranger who has sores on his fingers. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. No. Having a one-night stand with someone you just met. Once again, Fantasyland. That sounds awesome, Fantasyland. But real life, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. If I was really attracted to them, I could probably do it. But it wouldn't feel right. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't initiate it at all. But I think it would be disgusting. So let's go up here. How disgusted? Disgusted. Okay. Holy shit. Look at this. We got a 95. So I was... So apparently I'm much less tolerant than the general population in every single category. Sexual disgust, I'm at a 61%. Okay. 80% for moral disgust, 95% for pathogen disgust. All right, so sexual disgust, people who score high in this dimension are more repulsed by sexual deviance than average. So I don't know if I scored high. I don't think I scored high. Elevated levels of disgust at sexual deviance may protect individuals from sexually transmitted diseases and from making problematic... Oh, yeah, that's another problem with the one-night stand thing. Problematic mate choices. Those with lower scores are less easily disgusted by sexual deviance and experimentation. They may seek unusual sexual practices out in their own life and or regard those with higher scores as prudes. Hey, I regard myself as a prude. So I'm taking that word back. I'm reclaiming the slur of prude. Moral disgust individuals who score high in this dimension are more easily and more forcefully disgusted by violations of conventional morality. High scores thus have stronger negative reactions to cheating, deception, theft, corruption, and or breaches of loyalty. Yeah. Conversely, those with lower scores may also frown on violations of traditional morality, but are more liable to dismiss such missteps as facts of life or parts of human fallibility. Pathogen disgust, people who score high in this dimension, are highly sensitive to potential carriers of disease, such as mold, flies, cockroaches, mosquitoes, blood rashes, and bodily blemishes. Wait a minute. Bodily blemishes. There was that. Oh, right. I was thinking about the question of shaking hands with the guy, but I remembered it was a guy, and I was telling the story about the girl that I went to school with. While it is common to be repulsed by such occurrences, high scorers are more forcefully disgusted by occurrences that could spread pathogens than those with lower scores. Okay, so pathogens. I got really low. Oh, right. So this is like a germ thing, right? Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Germ thing. Okay, but this one was my second highest thing on this impurity test. And this pathogen one, this was almost 100%. Wow. So I guess I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Wow, I scored like way higher than everyone on this and this. And not as much in the sexual one, sexual disgust. All right, well, we've done 7 more tests, so that's pretty good. Whew. Okay, so now I got to find some more tests. We'll do some more tests in a couple days. I'll try to come up with another video on a separate topic. And we'll get back to more Doom stuff as well. And so until next time.